You ever wonder if you can just radically change your life? I mean, really move beyond your past and create a totally new future? Well, Dr. Joe Dispenza's work says it's not just possible, it's something we all have the power to do. And in this explainer, we're going to dive into exactly how. So, we're going to unpack the big idea behind his book, Becoming Supernatural. We'll get into how our own biology can get trapped by stuff that's happened to us, and more importantly, how we can break free. And to kick things off, we're going to start with a really powerful real-life story that shows you exactly what's on the line here. Okay, let's dive right in with the story of Anna. She was a psychotherapist, and her life, well, it got turned completely upside down in just one single shattering moment. Her story is, I think, the perfect way to understand how our past can literally become our biology. So just picture it. It's a beautiful, warm June day. Sunlight's pouring into the living room. Her kids are playing nearby. Anna's just relaxing, reading an article. You know, a totally peaceful, normal scene. But then, the doorbell rings. And when she opens it, there are two police officers standing on her doorstep. And the news they delivered was just devastating. Her husband had committed suicide. In that one instant, Anna and her kids were just thrown into a state of complete shock and disbelief. You can imagine that deep, hollow feeling hitting her gut as her mind just started racing, totally out of control. Now, what happened to Anna on a biological level is absolutely crucial to understand. That news, it instantly triggered her primitive fight-or-flight response. Adrenaline and cortisol just flooded her system. All the blood rushed to her arms and legs, away from her rational thinking brain. Her body was basically getting ready to handle a huge threat. Except this was a threat she couldn't run from or fight. So Anna started reliving that moment, over and over again. We're talking hundreds of times a day. And here's the absolute key. Her body didn't know the difference between the actual event and just the memory of it. So every single time she replayed that trauma in her mind, her body produced the exact same chemistry of stress, flooding her with all these powerful emotions. She was quite literally living in the past. So what's really going on here, scientifically? Why do these traumatic experiences have such a powerful, lasting grip on us, Why do they keep us stuck? Let's break it down. Okay, so the stress response itself is actually brilliant as a short-term survival tool. It's designed to pump out a ton of energy so you can deal with an immediate danger right in front of you. But here's the catch. We're not built to live in that emergency mode for long periods. It's like flooring the gas pedal on your car 24/7. Eventually, the engine's gonna break. And this is how the vicious cycle gets started, how it traps us. So first, a stressful thing happens. The brain takes a sort of mental snapshot and creates this powerful long-term memory. Then you start replaying that memory, right? And every time you do, it triggers the same emotions. Your body relives the stress as if it's happening all over again. And that's how the past stops being just a memory and becomes your actual biology. Okay, so Anna's story really shows us just how deep we can get stuck in this loop. But what if there was a way out? What if you could actually break that biological cycle? What if you could stop living the past and, instead, consciously and deliberately start creating a whole new future for yourself? In this quote right here, it perfectly sums up Dr. Dispenza's whole idea. He's saying, hey, we are not just doomed to repeat the past over and over. He calls us dimensional beings, and what he means by that is that we have access to a reality that's bigger than our current situation, a reality where brand new possibilities actually exist for us. So this really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, if our bodies are literally conditioned to the past and our emotions are constantly reinforcing that, how in the world do you actually make a real change? How do you become someone new? All right, so how do we actually do it? Well, the answer, according to Dr. Dispenza, is a set of tools designed to change our internal state. The whole goal is to get a handle on our inner world, our thoughts and our feelings, no matter what's going on around us. This comparison really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got living in the past. That's survival mode. That's when you're just defined by stress, always reacting to what's happening to you. And in that state, your body, with all its conditioned emotions, has basically become the mind. But then you look at the other side, creating the future. That's creation mode. That's where you're consciously using elevated emotions, tuning into new potentials, and putting your mind back in the driver's seat to guide your body toward a new destiny. So here's the secret sauce, the most crucial part. The change happens when you combine two things. First, you need a super clear, focused intention for your future. He calls this a coherent brain, basically getting your thoughts organized and aimed at a specific target. And second, you need an elevated emotion, like gratitude or joy. He calls this a coherent heart. And this is the game changer. It means you have to feel the emotions of your future before it actually happens. It's that combination, the mind and the heart working together, that starts to literally rewrite your biological programming. And when you start to actually apply these tools, when you combine that clear intention with that elevated emotion day after day after day, that's when things start to get really interesting. That's when measurable, real-world transformation becomes possible. You literally start signaling new genes in new ways. You're changing your body from the inside out. And listen, this isn't just some abstract theory. Real people are putting this stuff into practice and getting incredible results. Like Tony Robbins says here, this work is a practical step-by-step guide to move beyond the limits of what we thought was possible. So what's the ultimate promise here? What's the big takeaway? Well, it's the potential to heal your body from past trauma. It's the ability to literally break the habit of being your old self and to create a whole new personality, a new personal reality. It's about shifting from that selfish survival state to a selfless, creative, and whole state of being. And that brings everything right back to you. The core message in all of this is about empowerment. It's this idea that you, right now, already have all the biological and neurological machinery you need to create a truly uncommon life. So the final question isn't really if it's possible. The real question is, what future are you going to create?